Hello everybody, whatever the working title is for this video, let me turn off my heat. It's probably me being frustrated with 3D art. Now this is before I try to work with it again. I'm just like looking at what I did before and looking at the video I had made last time, and essentially I was struggling, so I was like, oh, let me do 3D art again because I want to do my Sona character in a 3D form, and I had originally started wanting to do 3D modeling for like backgrounds and to be able to accurately draw characters in my style from every angle, which sounds like kind of like a complex and huge undertaking thing to do, but that's the problem when I get an art idea in mind. I always want to do something like crazy big, and the reason I'm just going to do this is because I was drawing a lot of fan art at the time for 911. Right now I'm not into 911 like at all, but I am now into heated rivalry. Okay. So my whole thing is that, well, I'm also into Interview with the Vampire, so I could also do it with them too. Alright, wait, no, let me focus. My whole thing is that I'm not obsessed in the way other people are obsessed, but I am obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with it with a critic's gaze, so to speak. Because most of the stuff I watch, I consume with a really critical eye. Like right now I'm watching The Sopranos and it's so good, but it is really a product of its time and the time period that it's depicting, that it's like sometimes you just want to I'm slogging through it because I'm like, it's clearly, product of its time. But as for this show, like, you came out now, so I have a few standards and I have a few issues, but I'm still obsessed with the characters, and I think it would be fun to make the project work for them instead, but I have to start small. So the whole thing is, when I first went in, I used a bunch of tutorials on YouTube, and I didn't do like small studies. I just like jumped straight in, and it was very difficult, and I was like annoyed that it was that difficult, but like, girl, what did you expect? Normally when I get into something new, I always try to start small, but small may not be like the actual beginner stuff that people will say to do. I know everybody says do the donut tutorial. Why is the donut tutorial like a day long? I don't got all that time. I want to get into the new stuff. It should not be that hard to learn. I mean, I get why. It's like going through everything, teaching you about everything, but I do not want to spend that much time making a damn donut. I don't care to make no donut. I just ate 2 donuts, actually, 2 glazed donuts. It was supposed to be a different one, and instead they gave me 2 glazed donuts, and I was fine with that because I love glazed donuts. Right now, I just did a little project thing for my editing channel, and then I was like thinking about all this stuff, and I was like, you know what, I keep saying I'm gonna do this video for this week because I skipped Christmas week, and it like makes sense to also skip New Year's, but New Year's it's the same thing, but yeah, whatever. I feel like people watch stuff on New Year's, New Year's is only celebrated at the night before, right? So it's totally fine if I upload on Friday. It's Tuesday right now, and I'm only recording the voiceover. I hope that I actually pick up my tablet and draw today. If I don't do it, I'm gonna be annoyed at myself. But yeah, I went to the movies and I got to draw like a little bit, and I was like, oh my gosh, why did I stop drawing? It's so fun. Like, I keep forgetting like what happens in the day that makes me procrastinate and not draw, and it's all like these little stupid stuff. Like, okay, let's say I decided to crochet or knit before. Well, now I've been standing up for too long with my back and I want to sit down, and I'm like, okay, well, you shouldn't have spent all that time knitting or crocheting. And now today I just did some other stuff, and now I'm like, I'm ready to lie down, and I'm also annoyed because I didn't like how my edit turned out. So I'm like, oh my gosh, let's just sit down and mope instead. And no, I need to do art, because as much as it feels like it's a lot to do it, I am happy when I'm doing it. Like, it was really fun to just sit down in the theater, well, like outside the theater in the waiting area, and just draw a little bit. And there's another thing. I keep trying to reduce my screen time. This is really annoying. Trying to reduce my screen time, but then like having to stare at screens for some of your art. Like I get like traditional art, like I can draw from my head, but a lot of times I do want to draw from references, and not just any references, but references on my phone. I've been thinking about like printing them out and then putting them alongside the, like in the sketchbook, pasting them in the sketchbook alongside the sketches I'm using. That way I can look at it, but I don't know, like I feel like it's gonna be so small, or it's gonna take up the whole page, and I don't want it to do either. The sketchbook I'm working in is like middle size, medium size. It's not like extremely small, but it's also not all that much to write home about. So I have to think about that as well. Before we continue, I just want to get in here and say, check out my Gumroad shop and my Ko-fi, or they have my brushes and my sketchbooks. There are a lot of free goodies on there, and I will be continuing to put out a lot of stuff. And yeah, stay tuned because a giveaway is coming soon. And I know I keep saying that every week, but I'm literally prepping to do it right now. So back to the video. You're gonna have to hear my heater in the background because it's extremely cold. We've been having like intense winds, and it kept me up like all night last night, and it's already bad enough that I have terrible insomnia. But I hate when I have like outside factors keeping me up, because it makes me like, every time I like literally just burst into tears. I'm not even exaggerating. Like I literally just cry because I get so frustrated, because I'm like, right when I want to sleep this is gonna happen. It makes me feel like I'm cursed. It's feeding into my I think I'm cursed narrative, which has really been growing a lot lately. It's weird. I don't want to think I'm cursed. I would love to not believe in a curse, but I do. Anyway, I'm really excited for the media like that's coming out like soon in in January. The Pit is coming back, Industry is coming back. Reluctantly I say 911 is coming back. I think there's a bunch of other shows too that I can't think about right now, but it's really good because a lot of stuff just finished as well, like Pluribus. I really like Pluribus. I have a different take than everybody else, but I enjoyed it like a lot. And also I got a new camera, so I'm going to want to do a junk journal with me, but I wanted to do the 3D thing first because I said I was going to do the 3D thing. So hopefully I can record me doing junk journaling. And yeah, I am excited to try out the new camera. But I have a question. Why do camera people make cameras without like built-in like mic extensions? Like what is that about? Like why would that ever exist? Why would you do that? Explain it to me. Explain it to me now. Yeah. I think it's just annoying because every time I get a camera, I'm so grateful for it. I'm like, yes, and then I go to see what the mic situation is like, and every time it's not hooked up, and I'm like, okay, so how am I supposed to film my ASMR videos? I have been trying my hardest every single time to like put some ASMR into my videos because I really like ASMR of like drawing and everything. It scratches an itch in my brain, but I don't know if it does like the tingles thing that everybody talks about. I don't know. How do you feel about ASMR? How do you feel about Pluribus? How do you feel about Avatar 3 or the whole Avatar franchise? Because that's what I went to go watch. Did you watch any movies lately? How was your Christmas? What did you get for Christmas? I got a camera for Christmas and some skincare stuff for my sister. I'm very thankful for my family and everything and the gifts that they give me. I feel so bad all the time. I actually have a really complicated feelings about gift giving because I don't like when people spend money on me. So even though it's Christmas and I'd be excited, I also be like, no. But I got a coloring book. That's one of the things I wanted to do today that I didn't do because I got sidetracked. But I wanted to color in my coloring book. I can still do that, but for some reason, I can't do it if I have to sit up. And one of the major problems is my desk. Oh my gosh. Okay, I need a bigger desk. My desk is so small. You're gonna see it in the junk journal book. What? You're gonna see it. It's small. I put all of my junk on there for the junk journal, and now I'm just discouraged from sitting at it. Okay, scripts from the future / working on the project. 3D art is so difficult, and for what? I feel like I forgot all of the shortcut keys, which was a big issue, and I also made a lot of the same mistakes that I used to make the first time around, like accidentally duplicating my layers, and I had to start over on the shirt area 3 times. It was crazy, and I also had to do the arms 3 times. I kept messing up in tiny little details. Luckily, one thing I remember is that for really good topography, you want to have pretty good polygons or square shaped things, and that was pretty easy to remember how to do. I also remembered how to like create new vertices and edges and how to take them away so things could be a bit smoother, but for the most part I really struggled with getting the shirt right, so I ended up just cutting out like all of my difficulties with that. The first time I did this, the boots were extremely difficult for me to get down, and one thing about 3D art that I think I said in the first half is this is a really time-consuming thing, which is why my video is a day late. I'm really sorry about that, but yay for still uploading every week. I mean, it's only 1 week into the year, so it's not like I did anything crazy, I don't think. Or is it the 2nd week? Well, anyway, the boots were really hard to get the shape down, and one reason that I do love 3D art is because I think it pointed out 2 weaknesses in my art, which are lips and shoes. Now I know I've always had a weakness with shoes, but this makes it a lot more easier to understand. As for lips, I'm still really like the jury's out on that one, but I was able to kind of like look at what the tutorial was telling me what I'm doing, which I'm gonna link it below by the way, and like copy it from there. I really have a hard time getting that like shape right, but I just followed like the instructions and I really tried to make it match, and I think it's okay in the end. Based on the preview that I'm looking at, I'm kind of like not the most confident, but I assume like if I keep doing this over time I'll get better, which means I really do have to put in a lot of practice and get back to drawing like every day and like constantly as much as I can, especially since I don't really do a lot of other stuff. But let me tell you, not sitting at my desk for this makes my back hurt a lot, and the reason I don't sit at my desk is because I need access to my keyboard, because the shortcut keys on my tablet are like not as much as I would like them to be. Yeah, there's not as many. Anyway, I'm going to show you the not final product, but where I ended up leaving off for the night, and I do hope to do more 3D art stuff, so hopefully I will get back to this and then show you all like the actual finished result. And I want to continue to do a few tutorials before I go off on my own, just so I can get comfortable again and not completely like fall on my face trying to do this and get frustrated and like quit. I think last time I just took it off my computer because I didn't have enough space, and I was like, if anything's gonna go, it's going to be Blender since I'm the least invested in it, but I want that to change. I want to be really invested in 3D